All right, you know what time it is. It's time for the Power Hour. I'm your host, DJ Larry Jones, aka Mr. Important. If you don't know me, then you don't know anybody. And I have a special guest joining me today. She's beautiful, multi-talented singer-songwriter, Mariah. Mariah, how are you?
I'm doing well in yourself.
I'm doing very well, very well. Glad to have you on the show. First, let me thank you so much for joining me on the show today.
Oh,
Um,
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're gonna get into that song in a minute because it's so crazy. It's dope. Yeah. I want to say Happy New Year to you.
Happy New
How
Year
did?
to you as well.
Thank you.
Come
Now,
on,
how did you?
somebody.
I know. Right? Now, how did you bring it in? How did you bring your New Year in?
I brought in the new year with my babies on my unit as a NICU nurse. I was at work with them
Ah,
celebrating New Year and singing glory to God.
wow. You know what? I was definitely going to talk about you being a nurse, but being that you brought it up, let's get into that first. You are a nurse.
I
I
am.
mean, that's amazing. So I know you have a good heart. That explains you know your character. I mean, because you seem to be a wonderful, beautifully spirited young lady. So
Thank
what made you go that route with the being the nurse, which is amazing.
Well, thank you. Well, I always wanted to do music. I knew that there was something I wanted to pursue, but I knew that in the interim, waiting on God to open the door, I wanted to still be able to help people. But I decided to do it in a different aspect. So I decided to go the medical route. And while I was going through my clinical levels, I am a graduate from Northwestern State University, College of Nursing, School of Allied Health in the state of Louisiana. Natchitoches to be specific. Um, I went through my clinical orientation, went to the NICU unit, and knew that God wanted me to be there for a
Mm,
set time.
wow.
And just being able to see babies, they are so resilient. Like you don't realize how amazing the human body is until you
Mm,
see what babies go through, especially
wow.
premature babies. That's the sector that I take care of, is the premature and chronic, stable, unstable babies. And being able to be there with mothers, fathers, grandparents, and try to get them through what they think is a difficult time. And it is a difficult time, but
Yeah.
it's such an amazing time as well to just see those milestones, see how those babies just get over, everything that's coming their way, either
Mm,
if it's going neurologically or respiratory, cardiac wise, seeing their milestones and see where they came from and being able to be there and pray with them and be along their journey is something that it's worthwhile. I could never ask for anything greater than being a NICU nurse.
well, big shout out to you for doing it. I know what it's like working at the hospital. I worked at the hospital years ago as an EKG tech, and then I
Oh,
moved up as a surgical tech. So I worked, and I've seen some stuff. So you got to have
yes.
a good heart to to deal with that and to deal with some of the people you have to deal with because I mean it can break you down, man. If it's long story, I'm not going to get into it, but it's real serious. But big shout out to you for doing that. Now, any New Year's resolutions for you?
My New Year's resolution, this is going to be something that I'm going to keep, is to stop and smell the roses. It's so many times that we try to just go, 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 go,
Mm,
go. And I want to get to this stage in my life. But sometimes the journey is what's the beautiful thing, not just going to the finish line. It's the journey progressing towards the finish line. And that's something that I'm definitely going to incorporate into my day-to-day processes. Just stopping and realizing, girl, look where you at. Look what you're
yeah,
doing. And
yeah.
understanding that and just being grateful for every day, because every day is not granted to you, but it is a merciful one. So
Yes, yes,
stop and
yes,
smell the
yes.
roses.
I'm telling you, in the way things are now with this COVID and people are,
Yes.
we're losing people left and right. We have to stop and smell the roses. We have to be thankful every day that we walk in this earth, man, and do something to
Yes.
make our lives a little bit better. And you are from Shreveport, Louisiana. Big shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shout out, shout out.
Shout out. Now, with a voice like yours, I'm pretty positive you've grown up in a church. Let's talk about that. What was it like growing up in Shreveport for you?
Well, Shreveport is a bed of a plethora of talented people. From Stephanie Dotson to Jay Williamson to Shawana Kirkendall. You just have so many different types of talent, and it's just a music bed. It really is. Shout out to my mother, who is Sonia D. Hester. Well, we call her Dr. Sonia D. Hester.
Big shout out to mom.
Yes, shout out to Mama. She is a minister of music at my local church, Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, and she's done some amazing things in the gospel sector here. So you already know I was at every choir practice. I was in every praise team rehearsal. I did it all. But God has been so amazing and merciful that He has given me an in-home teacher to just teach me different things,
Right.
me tone, teach me resonance, teach me music theory, all different types of things that I know that I need to be able to sustain myself in this type of industry. She has taught me. And so she's always taught me perfect practice makes perfect. I've carried that with me, and church has been an excellent way for me to be able to cultivate my skills. It really
Right.
has. And I'm very thankful for every opportunity that's afforded to me.
Right. Now, how old were you when you started singing? Because your voice is like, and I'm gonna keep saying it, your voice is amazing. How old were you
Thank
when you
you.
started singing? You're welcome.
Well, I was 2 or 3 years old. I would be in my grandmother's living room, and I would be saying, I was like, Mama, stop, just sit down and let me sing to you. And so my mother and my grandmother was like, wait a minute, she actually got a little voice on her. And so after that, the rest was history. When I told them that I wanted to sing and that was something that I actually was like serious about pursuing, oh, my mother was on me from like ants on a meat skin. Ever since then, she was not playing with me. I would be in every talented arts program from middle school to high school. I did 4-H competitions. So she
Oh,
really helped and cultivated my gift. And I shout out to my mama again because she saw what was in me. The Lord must have had told her and saw something way on down the line that I didn't
that's
see.
right.
But she helped and cultivated me, and I'm very grateful for that.
Wow. Well, I'm glad she did. I'm glad she did because you're amazing. Now, who are some of the people you listen to coming up?
My goodness. Well, I cannot even begin to tell you how many different people that I've listened to, but I'm going to just tell you off the top of the dome. Um, James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, Erica Badu, Whitney Houston, Michael
Hmm.
Joseph Jackson. That
Right.
was
Right.
my person. I'm talking about middle school. I used to have my hair cut like him, like in the bob. I'm serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, walking down like I thought that I was his niece for real.
Wow.
And then going on to the current sector, Jasmine Sullivan, her,
Big shout out to Jasmine Sullivan.
oh my God is using her. Her voice is
Yes.
absolutely amazing, very different. Love her. But just she just taught me different. Kirk Franklin. I mean,
Oh
all
yeah.
different
Oh
types
yeah.
of genres. Donnie Hathaway, Layla Hathaway.
Hmm.
It just coming off the
It
dome
goes
again.
on and on. Yeah. Yeah.
It goes on and on and on. But she taught me to always be versatile, to never just be a one person act. Just learn different things from different people, and it'll get you a
Yeah.
long way. And I really do thank her for that.
Right. Now I saw you on YouTube, right? I think you did it. I think you covered one of Nina Simone's songs, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, and
I
you have
did.
like that.
Four women.
Yeah, and you did such a good job with it. Your voice is just so amazing. I'm gonna keep saying it. What kind of singer would you classify yourself? Your music, because to me
Well,
it's like an old soul type of, you know what I mean? How would you classify your music?
honestly, I'm be very honest with you. This might be like a way of getting out of the question, but I really wouldn't classify myself at all. I think that um, when opportunities and different music opportunities presents itself, God has given me the opportunity
Hmm.
to be a chameleon. That I'm able to
Right.
just kind of move, how He wants me to move. Some people say that I have a country twang about me. Some say pop. I do like to say that I have a very old soul about the
Hmm.
way that I present music and the way that I sing music. Very gospel oriented because that
Right.
is my upbringing, and I'm
Okay.
never going to stray from that.
Please
Um,
don't. Please don't.
no, I sure will not. And but if I had to categorize myself, I would really say R&B, neo soul type. I would
Okay.
classify. Mhm.
Right. Now let's get into it. You have a song out called Material Girl that you just released the visual for. It's an acoustic performance. For people who hadn't heard the song, talk a little bit about what that song is about.
Of course. So, Material Girl is written from a shared or what I call a lived experience. I think that God gives me the opportunity to be able to write things that I've gone through and using that to be able to help someone that might be going through currently something that I already went through. Material Girl is written from a standpoint of a girl. Is she going to let material things run a relationship? Is she going to just let that be the basis of the relationship, or is she going to realize within herself that she's the prize, that she is a queen, and that she needs a little bit more than what money can buy? And when I go into my second verse, I'm talking about money. I'm not money, time, love,
Right.
patience, teamwork. These are things that you just can't go into a Prada, Gucci, Armani. You just can't go into these
Right.
places and acquire these things. And once I realized the woman that I was and the relationship that I wanted, then I realized what to stay away and deter myself from. And so I'm just thankful that this song is resonating with people, and getting them to understand that, money is not everything. And that's
Right.
something that's very resonant today. You see all these people with all the money in the world, anything that they could buy, they have access to, and they are still depressed. So
Right.
that
Right.
just, it makes you think money cannot be the
Can't
root to
fix
wealth.
everything. Yeah, it can't
It
fix
cannot.
everything.
It cannot.
Yeah. Now, what can we expect? Now, well, let me back up a little bit. Is this your first project?
This is this is my first
Wow.
project.
Now, is this coming off of a full project, or is this a single, or what's going on here?
This is a single,
Okay.
but it might be coming from something.
Okay.
You'll have to wait and see to find out.
Well, we definitely
But
look forward to it.
look, I'm very excited. There's a lot more music that's coming down the tailpipe. The best is yet to come. That's what I
Right.
always say. But I am thankful that Material Girl is getting the recognition and the love. All the love is just amazing to see that people are just really resonating with this piece. But there's a lot of stuff that's coming down the tailpipes. 2022 is the year.
It's the
So
year.
we are geared up and we are ready to go.
Well, we look forward to seeing so much more from you. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to get into it. Why don't you go ahead on and introduce the video, because we're going to get into it right now.
All right, butterflies. This is your girl, Mariah. I present to you my baby, Material Girl.
All right. Mariah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I used to think that men were the same. Then I met you and my feelings changed. Seems as though you looked inside of me, turned my dreams into reality. But as the story goes, lessons are meant to be told. It was never you that I needed, but the strength I didn't see within me. Feelings ain't right. I pushed them aside, but I didn't want to sleep alone at night. What a cheap price tag. No, really, what a cheap price tag. One night stay, it's getaway, energy strain, the price I pay. Diamonds say bling, 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 but they can't feel me, feel me. Shoes make me tall, but who will catch me when I fall? Material girls love a material world. I don't want these things. Are you listening?